Are you confused about your friends' behavior and if they're your real friends or if they're not, or if you should get new friends, or if your friendship is worth saving? Like, oh my gosh, friends, such a huge part of high school and junior high and college, but also a really hard part of your life to figure out. Like, genuinely, like, it can be really hard. And I want to walk you through today my 50-50 method for figuring out like if your friends are worth keeping, if you need to find new friends, or what you should do about your friend situation that 100% will work with your friends, your problem, no matter the situation right now. So I'm gonna break that down with you and walk you through like step by step what I would do if I was back in high school dealing with some of my bad friend problems. So let's dive into this video where I explain my 50-50 method. It's no joke that friends can be a little bit tricky in high school. And if you are some of the blessed people in the world that have never had to worry about your friends and have had your best friend since first grade, awesome. Like, keep watching so you can help your other friends. But for the rest of us, let's talk about what to do when we are questioning like our friends and their intentions and what happened last Friday night. And, you know, like, are they good friends? Should I start making new friends? Like, all the things. So what I teach in my high school guide, which I would highly suggest for you, is super cheap. It's like 27 bucks. It's on my website, and it's a PDF that you can download, and it's got like 160 plus pages where I talk about friends and grades and dating and popularity and everything that you need to know about high school. But that's on my website, so please check that out. But what I teach in there about friends is called the 50-50 method. And it's this method that I've come up with, and it works extremely well to tell, like, do I have good friends or do I not? Or do I need to make new friends? Or what should I do about this situation? So what I have found is that with friends, there's this balance of 50-50. And if you imagine you're on like a seesaw and a teeter-totter, like, our friends do good behaviors, right? It goes up. And when they do bad behaviors, it goes down. And when we get to 50-50, right? It's like right perfectly balanced in the middle. And any move can take us up and we had a good time. Oh, they were mean or sassy or they left me out. Okay, that takes me down. That's a bad time. If we're approaching that 50-50 line, it's time to find new friends. It's time to make a change. It's time to have a serious conversation. It's time to casually and kindly be kind but distant. Something else I teach in my high school guide. Because I just want to encourage you, like, life is way, way too short to be spending time with so-so friends, with so-so people, with people that tease you, that make fun of you, that leave you out, or let you know that you're the last man on the totem pole. And guess what? We put up with that behavior all the time, especially in high school, because one, we're a little bit blind to it. We're like, oh, that's just their personality. They're just such a tease. Oh yeah, well, it still hurt your feelings, right? Oh yeah, they can grow up and apologize, right? We excuse that behavior because we add other things like peer pressure and hormones and emotions. Maybe you dated this person, maybe you don't date anymore. Like, so there's so much context to these friendships, and I get that, and I know that that's real. And lastly, like, we're afraid of the hard work of making new friends. So I want you in your mind to think through, like, how, like, if I was to assign a percentage to how often these friends are good friends, what would that be? And let me remind you what a good friend is. A good friend is supportive and kind and shows up for you and makes you feel love and appreciation. Okay? Are they doing that all the time, genuinely, with no teasing, with no sly remarks? Are they doing that? Okay? How often, what percentage would you assign to your time that you hang out with this friend, that you see them at school, that you're with them and in their space? Do they tease you, make fun of you, tear you down, not save you a seat, exclude you from the group, or belittle you? And the gray area in between is, how often is this friend apologizing to you? How often does this friend call themselves out for their poor behavior? How often does this friend just make you feel like so-so and like they don't care if you're there or if you're not? One thing also that I like to pair with the 50-50 method is just like a pros and cons list. So if I was you and I was having a hard time with this, I'd write pro over here and cons over here, line down the middle, and I would literally write out the pros and cons of this person. And like pro, they're my best friend since first grade. I love hanging out with them. It's super easy and nice. When we do hang out, it's like the best time ever, and we can talk about anything, right? Cons, they never make time for me anymore. Sometimes we get in fights. We really disagree on this. They don't respect my standards. Like, you can go through the whole thing. And that will help you too. Like, if you have as many pros as you do cons, you're at 50-50, right? And that's when we need to make a change. If you have more pros than you do cons, then guess what? This is a living, breathing friendship, and we all make mistakes. We all get in fights with our best friend. We all say things that we shouldn't have. We all kiss boys that our best friend told us not to kiss, and now we're in trouble, right? All the things that happens, but as long as we can apologize and, grow from those experiences, continually better ourselves, then you're headed in the right direction. And this is a friendship that's worth saving. If there's way more cons than there are pros, like, girlfriend, you don't need this video. Start to make the changes that you do to make new friends. And I've got tons of videos on that. I've also got videos on like how to apologize to a friend and all that kind of stuff. But I'd encourage you that if you do have more cons, to practice a principle I teach, which is kind but distant, where we're kind to this person, we smile, we say hi, we love to see him at school, we'll even give him a hug, like, we're good, but we're too busy to hang out. Oh yeah, we don't spend as much time with them anymore. Oh yeah, you notice that I'm not like saying hi to you after school anymore? Oh yeah, funny, because I'm hanging out with people that love and appreciate me. Honestly though, this method of 50-50 and even writing a pros and cons list if you need is so simple and yet so effective, because it really forces us to break out and think about how we're spending our time and the emotions associated with that time, and saying like, yeah, I might hang out with this person all the time, but 75% of the time I leave feeling like I didn't have a great time, or they didn't love and appreciate me. And I just want to throw this out there that for me personally, the lines got really blurred between good friends and bad friends and so-so friends. Because people would tease me, and these guys that were like my so-so friends that I really should just kick to the curb, because as an adult, as a coach for teens, I can look back and say, oh my gosh, they were trying to tear me down. And it's hard to say that about people, because we're all just trying to be children of God, and we're all just trying to figure out our own life. But it's really easy in high school to want to tear other people down, because we feel like it pushes ourselves up, because of loyalty to other people. Like, one friend in particular I'm thinking of, I think he wanted to tear me down just because we were both competing like actors. Do you know what I mean? So we were both in the same sphere, and sometimes you don't want that person to shine where you want to shine. Two, like, his best friend had dated me and then wasn't dating me, and then on again, off again, blah, blah. And so I think he felt loyalty to his friend, that when I wasn't the girl that he was after, oh, we don't like Abbi anymore, but we're still kind of friends. Like, the weirdness that is high school, right? So there's lots of reasons we tear people down, and that came in forms of like teasing, in letting me know that while I was part of the group, I wasn't their favorite person in the group, And it sounds really harsh now as I talk about it in this video, but these were just like little micro behaviors that would happen at school, having me welcome me into the group, but then teasing me in a way of like, oh, well, here comes the redhead, which, hey, that could be good or bad. It all depends on like how they literally say it and the sarcasm in their voice. I remember one time we were all going to lunch and they didn't save me a seat. That's like a microaggression of saying you don't belong with us, but you can sit here if you want to pull up your own chair. So be really careful of that gray line. But I wanted to do a way quick video and talk about that, because the number one questions that I get DMs and emails and have coaching sessions on with teens revolve around their friends, revolve around, just these experiences that we have on the daily of people not liking us, or people who used to be our friends and now we're really struggling and going through fights. So I hope this helps you out. And I hope, if anything, I feel like more often than not, my job is to come in here and remind you to not put up with so-so friends, and that you are worth it, and that I know it takes time and work and effort, but it is so worth it to spend your time with people that love and value you. Babe, all that to say that I just want you to spend time with people that love and appreciate you. And genuinely, write a list that you did in first grade of like, this is what a good friend is, and hold your friends to those standards, because our friends have so much to do with our environment, our daily happiness, our self-esteem, that it's not worth it to hang out with people that tease us, that fill our day with microaggressions of letting us know that we don't belong. And what do those look like? Not saving us a seat, saying a teasing comment, just even like turning to exclude us, like rolling their eyes at you. Like, these are all microaggressions that should go on your cons list of why this friend isn't making you feel loved and appreciated. So really quick, just because I get this in coaching sessions all the time, and I just want to talk to you about it. And if anything, wake you up to the reality that you deserve amazing people in your life. And hey, be a good friend, get those good friends, and your life, my friend, will change. So wishing you the best of luck. I hope that, this video really calls you out. If you have a question, leave it for me down below. I'll try to get back to you in the comment section. And please subscribe to my channel if you're a teen looking to master high school and your life beyond. So wishing you the best of luck, babe, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Abbi J.